Okay.
Because I don't know if you know this, but my oldest son is on TikToks now.
Yeah.
And he's
I don't approve.
posting bullshit.
Yeah.
And he's got more followers and engagement than us, so I'm jealous.
That's pretty hilarious. Honestly.
It kind of is.
I think it's just bots.
Way to go.
I mean, I'm sure that's just bots.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone who follows me on Twitter is a bot, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Or an AI chat.
Yeah, all my bots are sexy ladies, though, apparently.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Oh, yeah, I know those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, gives you a good feeling inside. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, and welcome back to RTFB. This is Travis, and today Chris, Danielle, and I are talking about the movie version of The Postman, starring and directed by my friend and yours, Kevin Costner. At the time of this recording, the movie doesn't seem to be available to stream for free anywhere, in the States at least, but you can rent it from the usual places, or take this as your sign to pop into your local library and see if you can borrow it from them for $0, which is a fine price to pay for this thing. And if you're headed out anyway, and you're in the Dallas area, you could also check out this week's bookstore buddy, Interrobang Books, down on Lover's Lane. This is another bookstore who we've partnered with to do a book giveaway before, and they do a lot of cool events with authors, and the keen-eye observer might note that they're also the backdrop for our current banner image on our webpage. It's a great place to pop in if you're taking a flight in or out of Love Field and forgot to pack a book, or just because. They're great. We love them. By the way, an interrobang, in case you didn't know, is a special punctuation mark that combines an exclamation point and a question mark and indicates, like, an extremely surprised reaction to something. E.g., a talking cat? Or, are you out of your mind? Like that. Okay, now that we learned a couple of things, let's get back to my conversation with everyone already in progress. 5 or 10 years ago.
Yeah.
To make a bunch of random videos.
You need to, like, buy a camera.
He's got it.
Editing software. You need, like...
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
If you can get access to a cute girl, too. Like, that'll help a lot.
That would help a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
He's not interested in that.
She doesn't even need to be in the videos all the time. She can just show up, like, every once in a while.
Yeah. Have someone you can cut to be like, oh...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've got the crop top t-shirt on. Oh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It also helps if she occasionally shows up and just has like a wickedly different opinion or doesn't give a shit about anything you're doing.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Who do we know like that?
If she can be like hypercritical of like you know, all of the content you're creating, like this is bullshit and I don't want to be a part of it.
Yeah, I
keeps you grounded.
I feel like that contributes a special flavor to it too.
Wait a minute.
I'm super bored by this.
If she can show up and just roll her eyes for an hour,
That'd be uncool though. I'm the mother. He's gonna have to find a girl that's like me to do it.
That's true.
I don't know if Chris was still talking about Levi. Just content. Yeah.
Talking about me.
Uh-huh.
No,
I know me when I hear me.
Yeah, it works though. It works.
Totally does.
Yep.
Look,
It
there's
adds interest.
Hey Dan. Hey Danielle.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh my god. I had to go back and figure out what the question is this season.
Oh, you're always asking me these questions.
I know, I gotta know your opinion about stuff.
I don't know,
I
man.
don't remember what the question was either.
Yeah.
It was a while ago.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
it's the apocalypse, right?
Apparently it was.
Everything's destroyed.
Yep.
What one government function do you restart?
What one government function do I restart? None of them. They're all just the worst.
But which one do you actually think you need? Like the water company, the electricity company, like
Oh, those are. I do
Social
like
Security.
electricity, and I do like running water,
mm-hmm,
indoor plumbing stuff.
Planned Parenthood, That's not government sponsored.
I don't think that's going to be top of the list for this type of a situation.
No.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Maybe we do start over with, like, electricity and we do it, like, way better than the bullshit that we have now because,
in Texas.
Encore and, what's the other crap that we have that's always messing up our grid?
I don't know. Greg Abbott?
No, hold on. I got an app. ERCOT.
Oh, yeah,
ERCOT, yeah.
That's the one we hear about outside of your state.
Them out of it. We could do way better.
Well, hey, but you guys your state wanted, grid independence, so they don't have to pay, like, energy tax or whatever to the government. So.
Yeah, we were paying more everywhere else, but that's fine.
Yeah, right.
Everyone's cool with it.
Well, if we do that, can you come over here and get rid of Duke for us, please? Like,
oh, yeah. I think my dad had Duke in Florida. It was pretty terrible,
yeah, they
too.
suck. They own, like, the East Coast, so.
Let's just get rid of all those fuckers.
Turn them back into municipal, like,
fuckers.
Organizations that just provide a service.
Just set up local wind farms.
Yep.
Yeah.
Some solar.
Yeah.
Make your own power.
Breweries.
Burn your own coal.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know, though. Like, all these people in this, like, post-apocalypse stuff, like, trying so hard to survive, just, like, let it go, guys, and just, like, just die already. Like, wouldn't that be easier?
Up.
They're trying to give you a hint. Like, no one wants you here. Just
like,
give up.
I would just be like, you know what? This is the sign. Peace out.
Man.
I can take a hint.
Well,
yeah.
Gotta carry the flame of humanity.
No, the Earth doesn't want us. It's time to bow out. That's enough.
Let the dolphins take a turn. The dolphins and the raccoons.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't have air conditioning and running water and electricity, again. I don't want to be here anymore. All right, that's the end of it. I'm not going to fight to survive.
Yeah.
So I'm hearing we need to migrate to, like, Oregon or Washington before the end of the world.
Yeah.
Apparently.
And then, you won't have power, but you won't get super hot.
Yeah.
And you can just set up, like, some wind turbines later, or, like, make a paddle wheel generator or something on one of them.
Oh, but I need the internet. How will I look at my phone? I don't have the internet.
Just have to talk to
Remember,
people.
we did survive without it for like 23 years of our life.
I don't remember.
You have to line up everybody in town. Be like, what are you talking about? I'm bored. Next. What are you?
Next. Swipe off.
Swipe off of you.
Close that app.
I'm bored of you. Next.
God,
say something.
I've heard this one already.
Yes. Silence.
Next.
Put on mute.
You have to, like, bring your kids over and look at them instead of just seeing pictures.
Oh my God.
The worst.
Everyone, come look at my children.
Yep.
Here they are.
Look at how great they are.
They are very
look
tall.
At my children.
Look at them.
Yes. They are taller than they were yesterday.
So, I'm getting the impression that Danielle would have been one of these people that, like, what, you have underwear and tampons? I'm in. Not appearing in this film, but we're in the book.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand how you can, like, make a 3-hour movie and cut so much out of it.
I know, right?
That
like,
was,
I don't want to.
Special.
I don't want to
coming off of his 3-hour movie trend.
This discussion here, but this whole movie was like Kevin Costner got pitched the idea, and he's like, "Okay, there's post. I got it. Shut up. I got it. Yeah, I'm going to go from here. I'm going to make your stupid book better. I got it.
Give me some character names and some other shit. All right, we'll roll with it."
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Anyway, but speaking of long Kevin Costner movies, I was reading the Wikipedia, and his new thing he's got coming out. I was reading that
his 2-part Western.
I read that it is a 4+ part Western.
Oh, okay.
What?
And each part is going to be like 3 hours. I'm
Pass.
like, God damn it, Kevin Costner.
Well,
can you not make anything short?
How does Kevin Costner look like older in this movie than he does now? Like what happened?
Kevin Costner was
the
like
same way they
made kind of old.
Yeah, same way they made Michael J. Fox look older than he was at 50.
It's the hairline. Probably.
He was created old like dinosaur bones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I know he was getting divorced, so he's got to like have a glow up so that, you know, he's getting divorced.
Is that what it is?
Get those younger ladies.
I forgot about that.
He's got divorcee.
Wasn't his wife already a younger lady?
I think so, but like, I don't know, it was big drama, apparently, with the Yellowstone stuff, right?
Yeah, that's what's
I
kind of
didn't
delayed
watch that, but that's what I hear.
I did. I love it. It's gritty. There's a lot of like person unspeakable violence in that show. I never knew ranching in Montana could be so serious.
I know, right?
From that show.
Like, who wants to learn about Montana? But I guess we all are interested.
It was actually pretty interesting.
Not unless it's Joe Montana.
Oh,
I have to say, I like seeing Kevin Costner as a gritty cowboy, so I think I'm going to enjoy this Western movie, but I may only see one if they're not that good.
I plan on seeing 0.
I'm going to see one. It looks interesting enough.
I see the commercials for him, like, punching that guy, though. Like, we already talked to him, punch.
Punch.
Yeah, old badass guy or whatever.
What's in the closet?
I don't know, but Lucy thinks there's something in there.
She just somersaulted.
So, hey, Danielle.
Yeah.
How'd you like this movie?
I mean, watched it. I mean, not the beginning. I was making a Facebook post, I will say. At the beginning, I was busy making a Facebook post, and I missed a little.
You didn't miss anything.
But I think that was all just, like, boring stuff. And then I was focused, and my God, was it long. Like, did it need to be this long? I don't think it did.
It did not. It did not.
No.
I was very tired yesterday though, and I was laying on the couch and I did stay awake, so I guess it held my attention enough for that.
Yeah.
So
that counts for something.
You actually, I feel like you like totally hit the nail on the head with that. Like I told Sharon, like, I give this movie like a C. It's a passing grade. It's a movie. It's coherent. I can follow it.
Yeah.
It is otherwise like it's a movie.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you've watched a movie.
Right.
Right.
There was a beginning, middle, and end.
Yes. Yes. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
What do you think, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a movie, and the whole time I'm through, I'm like, why did you change this?
Yeah.
Why did you make that the thing?
I heard it was not following the book.
Not really, no.
No.
If you have 3 hours of movie, like, there's lots of stuff you can fit in there.
Right.
I'd also forgotten it was 3 hours.
Was it actually 3 hours?
Yes.
It's 2 hours and 57 minutes.
Yeah, it felt longer. It honestly felt longer than that.
I purposely did not tell Danielle how long it was going to be.
Earlier, his first 3-hour movie we all paid attention to had come out, Waterworld.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I
that
was
also
like
post-apocalyptic.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
I mean, I like
Costner in the 90s.
There was also Dances with Wolves.
Yes,
that was
I wanted
like
to be
3
watching
hours,
that one.
Yeah.
The comment was made.
A good movie.
Yeah.
Could this be Dances with Wolves
Imagine
instead?
watching a good movie.
Yeah.
With the same actor in it, right?
Yeah.
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 And, like, honestly, not that different of a premise.
Yeah.
All kind
Like,
of westerns.
we're following a guy who's, like, alone in the wilderness. Like they could have made that movie, and it could have been good.
With frontier towns, so...
Yeah.
You saw his butt in that movie, too. I didn't see his butt in this one.
No, we
I
saw
only
that lady's
lady's
butt.
That's why this movie was poorly reviewed.
Yeah. He needed his butt in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the Costner butt, like,
especially the 90s
really elevates.
Yeah.
You know?
It was a pretty good one back in the day.
I mean, that's why Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves worked too.
Right.
It's like,
you get
a brief glimpse of that butt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Swimming
like
by that waterfall.
They
tight leather
literally
pants the rest of the time. So
they literally had the female gaze in that scene. Like, it was a lady watching his ass and being like, mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'd watch that again.
You
I wonder if that's still good.
I remember like that. She was literally like the sort of character stand-in for my mom.
Yeah.
It's like everyone's mom is checking out Kevin Costner's
I'd be curious because, well, I can't ask my mom now, but like that was the first PG-13 movie I ever got to see in the theater.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That was PG-13?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were like scalping people and stuff in that.
Well, it was still a little rougher back then.
God.
Yep.
But yeah, like, because my mom had to do her thing, like, okay, well, let me find out why it's PG-13.
Yeah.
Right.
And then we will decide if I take you or not. So me and Mom and Grandma went to see it. And I thought it was great, because, I was like, what, like 9, 8, something like that. and it was awesome and actiony, but I never occurred to me about Kevin Costner's butt for the adult ladies.
Right.
So,
it's in there for them. Yeah.
I'm now picturing in the theater your mom and your grandma high-fiving at that scene.
Like, since I'm short, just like silent high five over my head.
Costner butt.
You could have just made this movie just a little better if there had been.
Yeah.
He was in the tub. It was right there for you.
No, it was the water was cloudy and he was sitting on it.
Just have him lean over a little too far to get something.
I didn't see anything.
Just something. It's so easy to fix this whole movie.
Cliched at that point. He's like, I'm not doing it again.
Oh no, but I felt like they lampshaded it though, right? Because of his donkey, Bill.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
like, I love my ass.
God, that was the worst.
I sure love my ass. I'm like,
that, honestly,
that movie was so
I totally
just a movie,
got
I
that out
didn't
of
even
that
really
too.
pay attention to that. So,
this is Kevin Costner being self-referential.
Yes, exactly.
Poor Bill, though.
Like, everyone talks about my ass. We'll put my ass in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Bill
like,
got
don't get a
shafted
horse
in the
near this
story.
guy in this whole movie. Like,
every horse was
horses
like murdered.
suffered a terrible fates once they came across the unnamed postman.
Yeah, sorry, not named Gordon. You don't get to have horses anymore.
Nope. Even when he died and they made a memorial, it's like the postman.
The postman.
Yeah.
John the postman.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess that's why they had to do that one scene in slow motion so that we would understand the statue at the end.
Right.
Oh my
Also
God.
because the movie needs to be 3 hours.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even that scene was like 10 minutes long. It felt like 10 minutes long of... I got it. The kid, came back for... Okay.
Like it could have been
Right.
one cut, but they had to have the whole thing. Like, oh, I missed him, and then he has to turn around and come back. Like,
Right.
No, you could have just had the kid run outside and hand him a letter, and it would have taken 12 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there you go.
No,
Like, why are you going that
enough.
fast past the house anyway if you're supposed to pick up posts? Like, calm down.
He didn't see the little flag that they had a letter.
Oh my God.
So he was just speeding off,
Also, like, you could be murdered at any moment, which, like, I don't think they really got that across until, like...
No.
Like, the sense of danger was not palpable except occasionally.
Right. When there was, like, armies with freaking artillery cannons.
Yeah.
That they pointed at random towns with, like, wooden fences. So, like, this is probably required.
Why were
because
those people
they didn't
so
open
violent?
the door.
They watched Sound of Music, like, every day. Like, why were they
I
so
know.
unhappy and violent?
Because they're brutalized by their commanders.
I think it's a commentary that, like, everybody in the Polnist army has like emotional issues,
Mm.
and
Even
the
the
fact that they're
recruiting
watching
methods.
The Sound of Music is basically like, oh, they're kind of like, I don't know, like this is the fact that this is like a comforting thing to them, and they, like, I don't know, the disparity, I guess, and like pointing out the sort of like weirdness of the psychology. I feel like they did an all right job in this movie of pointing out, like, what is the contradiction of being I don't know, this kind of man in denial of their emotions.
Yeah, that was, like, baffling at the time. They're like, boo, Universal Soldier, yay, Sound of Music. I'm like,
That's what they wanted.
know, right?
We needed that scene.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, probably, like, one
Sure
night
did.
they want to watch Dolph Lundgren do stuff. Like, I don't know.
I would.
Maybe they just got enough of that machismo in their day-to-day. They didn't need to see it
like
on
it.
screen, too.
I also don't think they needed to, like, pull all those people if they were just going to kill them anyway. Like, why are you making all those people join your army just to murder them? Just leave them alone.
I'm not going to murder all of them.
Well, they murdered some of them.
It's just enough to keep the other ones scared and in line.
No, it's a two-part thing. One is sort of like putting people in a bad situation together builds camaraderie. I mean, it's like a Stockholm syndrome kind of like trauma bonding thing. You make people go through something difficult together, and also, like, you get rid of the weakest people.
Yeah.
You just get rid of them.
Well, just don't bring them.
You don't want to end up with
so
a Giovanni
unnecessary.
Ribisi in your army. Like, you can't have
And then
that.
you have to kill them.
If you don't bring those weakest people, then somebody else has to be the weakest people.
Or you could not be dicks
Somebody
and
has
have
to go.
Yeah.
actual real recruiting that people want to join you instead of being, racist, authoritarian
No.
assholes.
No.
Yeah, I mean, you could draw people in by making a place that, like, people actually want to be.
That's hard, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
it is
could have,
hard.
I don't know,
agree.
restored the United States.
No.
Nah.
No.
Not when they were part of the reason it fell in this story.
Hey,
Oh, a kitten.
Gypsy.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
Couldn't wait
like,
for me,
like,
which I also
what's
didn't
his,
like.
What's his name? Like talking about turning the frogs gay.
Yeah, the guy who's losing
who was
Alex
that guy?
Jones, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Alex Jones?
Who's the guy who talks about the gay? Yeah, Alex Jones.
The
He's
one
now
who had to
losing
sell all his
everything to the
shit.
Sandy Hook parents.
Yeah, because he's an ass.
Yeah, because he's an ass.
But
I
I
ship
mean,
that.
you know, like that's what
Wait,
I'm saying.
did
Like,
you just say
like
you shipped that?
I ship that.
imagine
Not using it right.
I don't care.
imagine a future where all of the Alex Jones listeners start an army.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, imagine.
Apocalypse. Like that's
Gravy
basically
Seals.
what we're looking at. And all of those dudes secretly love the sound of music.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
basically what the movie is saying.
Yeah.
But
Like-
it's not okay to admit
look
that.
at, look at all these guys
collectively.
like not in touch with their emotions.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yep. So the thing that, like, in retrospect, made me the angriest about this movie.
No.
Mhm.
So they basically rolled all of the women characters into Abby.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So Dina was nowhere to be seen.
right.
None of her Amazons or anything. No talk
Right.
about, like, feminism in the
You
post-apocalyptic
need
world.
more than one woman? What are you talking about?
No, there can only
And-
be one.
And so
Yeah.
because they
Yeah.
combined her together, what she did was be pregnant
Yep.
and
No,
be
but was
angry at
she?
him. So they
But-
made her shrill and pregnant, the one female character in this
Oh my
book
God.
that's ostensibly about, you know,
I never.
feminism potentially being the way of the future.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
She
The
never looked
postman.
pregnant to me.
the
Never.
postman.
Yes.
Exactly.
She never looked pregnant. She just showed up with a kid
Yeah,
one
all
day.
of a sudden
but
then she had a baby. I'm like, what happened?
yeah,
Yeah,
You
like we
can't
can't
go
cast
there.
2 women in this
Why
movie.
don't
That
you
would
go
take
over
away
here?
from Kevin Costner time.
right.
So
3 hours.
Right.
3 hours.
I was almost to the point where I was like, did he just not read the second half?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know what happens after this, so I'm just
He
making it
said,
up.
I don't need that.
He made his own script. He went rogue.
Yeah.
He
like
did.
that was a little too.
He just said, hey, it's based
He
on
said-
the book.
I said, I don't get this part,
Based
so
on-
leave it out.
It's a little too 60s
Yeah.
sci-fi. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's a little too
whatever.
classic. These ideas are weird, and I don't like them.
I don't like them at
Yeah.
all. That's not what gets people in the
And
theaters.
also, people will be confused, even though we have 3 hours to explain it.
Yeah.
And I also didn't like
Did I mention that the movie is 3 hours long?
No,
We're
I
gonna
don't
make
think that's been
this
said
episode
yet.
3
No.
hours long. So strap
Yeah.
in. Like,
No.
we're going for
No.
it. Let's talk about every
Uh,
minute of this movie.
No, let's not.
Did it have an intermission
We have
when it was
to.
in
We
the
have to
theaters?
jump
I don't
It was
think
old.
so.
back
No.
to the beginning.
I don't think
Yeah.
so. I think they just showed it.
I just
Really?
showed it. That's
Yeah.
first of all irresponsible of them.
Yeah, Titanic got one. That was like 3 hours and 14 minutes.
Did
So,
they?
Like,
I
what's
don't
the
remember an
cutoff?
intermission in there.
Yep.
Some
Yep,
of them
got
did,
an
right?
intermission at the
I know,
theater for Titanic.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those things where like some of the theaters had the intermission and some of
Yeah,
them
maybe
didn't.
They had to
Like-
change the
like,
reels
I-
over.
I
Nowadays,
didn't,
they're like, you can
I don't.
just
I
deal.
don't remember an intermission in Titanic.
Yeah.
I went to it
And-
a couple times, many times, and there was intermissions.
Oh,
I only saw it
lots
3
of
times
in
lots of
theaters,
people
so I don't
saw that
remember.
movie a lot of times.
Yep.
Yeah, I
That's
did.
how movies worked back then.
Yeah.
What else were we going to do? We didn't have the phones. They didn't have the internet.
Yeah.
We had to go do something.
Exactly.
We had TV.
I didn't have
Or
cable,
books.
though, so that was
Well,
my
there you go.
excuse.
That was your bad.
Mm.
Yeah.
I
Sorry.
did, so I had more options at that point. But
Yeah. But
we did get one for that Civil War movie that Grandma took me to in the '94.
with
Can't remember the
Jonathan
name right
Frakes,
now.
that one,
No, I
Blue
don't
and
think
Gray
so.
or whatever it was,
No.
the one we watched in
Captain America.
high school.
No.
Captain America.
Gettysburg, right? That's a
Yeah.
movie?
Gettysburg.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was 4 hours. I had an intermission.
was Jonathan Frakes in that one? What am
I
I
don't think
thinking
so.
of? There's a Civil
like
War
Robert
movie we watched in
Duvall
high
was
school
in
with
that or
Jonathan
something.
Frakes in it as Longstreet.
Was it Ripley's? Was it Fact or Fiction?
I don't think so.
Could
Believe
be.
it or not.
But I remember that other
Believe
Chris
it?
and I
Sorry,
watched the
you guys
video
did.
together, and we were talking over it, and everyone was very annoyed.
Mm.
That's what I remember about it. Now I'm gonna have to look it up.
On your phone that you have access to.
I have access
Oh
to
my
my phone,
God.
yeah.
Yeah.
Even though you're sitting in front of a computer, which you also
But then I'd have to like
access
type
Yes.
and
No, he
shit.
doesn't need the big
Yeah.
internet for this. He only needs the
This is a little
internet.
internet.
The
thing.
little
The
internet.
The little internet. That's all he
the
needs.
little window into
Yeah.
the internet.
Mm.
Got
I'm
it.
not like buying anything. It's fine.
This isn't serious research.
Jonathan Frakes. Hey, did you know he was in the Star Trek program?
He was.
Was he?
Right?
Was he in Star Trek?
He was in a
I
program.
think so.
Was he in that one?
Yeah.
He was in a Star Trek.
He was in many Star Treks.
Yeah.
He sat on chairs weird and he played a trombone.
Yeah.
He sure did.
The person
We
that
didn't
wrote
see enough
this,
of his ass.
The person that wrote this book and did this movie was very wrong about 2013.
This is true.
I was like, what is good? Where are we? 2013, then the future.
The future.
The way far future of 2013.
And then we skipped
The
ahead
distant future.
to 2043
The year
with his
2000.
daughter, who was named not Rose, because that would have
Mhm.
made sense.
Yeah.
Just in a made-up city called Saint Rose,
Mhm.
which was stupid.
Yeah.
I thought that was stupid.
Yeah, but Tom Petty was there.
That's true.
Tom Petty was there and playing himself?
Yeah,
Question
basically.
marks?
Yeah,
that
he
was
survived the
amazing.
war.
You
Yeah.
used to be famous, right?
Yes.
Dude, if I knew Tom Petty, I'd put him in a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was called North and South.
That
North
sounds right.
and South.
North and South. Is that the Matthew Broderick one?
That
Which
sounds
one was
like a
that?
one. No, that was Glory.
Yeah.
Glory. That was a good one.
That
Oh my
is a
god,
good
my
one.
aunt loved Glory. She always had
Yeah.
that in her house. I remember seeing that was a two videotape movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a long story.
She never made you watch it and was
I don't
like,
think
this
she
is
did.
what
I don't
real
think
men
I've ever
are.
seen it, but I remember seeing the
Oh,
movie
you
boxes
should
in
watch
her
it.
house.
Yeah.
I watched it on TV the first way. That's the first way I saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was on one of them cable channels.
Yeah, we didn't have that. Sorry,
I know. I'm sorry for you. Yeah.
poor people. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
It's also how I saw Rocky Horror Picture Show for the first time.
Ooh.
I didn't know it existed, and then it was the 7th grade, and one of my friends came over, and we did our trick or treating. And we were done, just chilling on my couch, eating our candy,
Mm-hmm.
and we're flipping through, and I'm like, "This looks interesting."
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's
And
like
it was, I bet.
spooky-ish characters, and then it was.
Mhm.
It was
Fun fact.
fantastic.
I've never seen it.
And
Oh my god.
and then years later, that friend turned out to be gay. So what do you know?
What?
Maybe I helped him along that
That
path.
checks
Shocking.
I don't know.
out. That checks out. Yeah.
Shocking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised
No,
by this.
I fully buy it.
Yeah.
It could be because of watching it.
It could
No.
be.
No, it's
I
It was the
mean,
catalyst.
It's
Tim
not
Curry's
because of it. It's,
at his
you're
weirdly
putting
finest
the
in that
causality
movie.
the wrong direction,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, like I said, Tim Curry's at his weirdest finest in that movie. So.
Yes. And he has
That's what
sex
he
with
was in the
everybody.
show.
It's Tim
well.
Curry.
Yeah.
We should watch it though for Halloween.
Yeah.
You will probably not like it, but
I've never seen
I
it.
want to watch it.
It's
again.
delightful and 70s-y and a musical.
Super campy.
Gypsy, I don't
It
think
is.
that's
And
going
it-
to work.
Definition of camp.
The guy is
Yeah.
like from here. Like his other stuff
my
is sent in like Denton.
Oh, okay.
So you know where that is,
I
right?
do.
So see, you'll learn about Texas too.
Oh, great. Can't wait for that.
It'll be great.
Love Texas.
Gypsy, what are you doing?
My brother,
Just
speaking
look
of
here.
random cities in Texas,
Uh-huh.
and man, this is a far off tangent, and I'm sorry for taking you in this direction.
Well, we got to
But
fill
my-
3 hours, so go right ahead.
No, we don't. I'm not
No,
doing
I gotta
this
go to
for
bed.
hours.
My brother sent me a meme the other day that was like
I'll just
if you
nope
don't
outta
know
here.
who this is, you don't know Christian rock.
Yeah.
Good.
And it was a picture of David Koresh. with a guitar.
Oh,
Like,
no.
So the other thing that like random towns in Texas are famous for.
Oh, no.
Mhm. Yes. Good old Waco, famous for
Oh.
Silence of the Lambs and that other thing.
Yeah.
Oh, and the sex
Like,
scandal.
I didn't know he could like rip some sweet solos though. David Koresh. Like maybe I don't know.
There's a reason
The new
people
King
followed
David
him, you
and
know.
Messiah, right? So
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
People
better
are-
be good at guitar then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's like
yeah.
the one episode of Tenacious D, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a documentary about the Branch Davidians. They rocked their
I
socks
didn't
off.
recommend you do that, Gypsy. Like, now you're stuck. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
There you
I
go.
I also think that he completely missed the point about the Postman's network. Like instead of it being like, oh, we're gonna, like Chris was saying, risk our lives to reestablish communication because that's the important thing. Like they're basically just Robin Hood and his merry men now. Like
Yeah.
they just go off and do whatever and have very self-important speeches about America.
Yeah.
What,
But hey, eventually it makes America again.
I guess
There you go.
they willed it into existence, but it was like, I don't know. I've got like a
Yeah.
very Hook, Lost Boys vibe from the whole thing. Maybe just because it was the
Makes sense,
90s.
Yeah.
I don't know. They did have that one random old Vietnam guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knew
And I mean,
like radio stuff and guns.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what
And
Sounds
tactics.
like a Vietnam vet to me.
He's like,
I mean,
here's what we did
he's-
back in Nam. Light this car on fire and throw it at them.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
What? What the hell? Why did you do that?
Anyways.
Why did you do that, guy? I did like all of their like patchwork uniforms with not enough stars on the flag.
Yeah.
I thought that was cute. But
It's like, man, everybody's wearing like 17 layers of clothing in this.
It was before climate change.
it was after climate change.
After
Yeah,
climate.
it was. I
Nuclear
suppose
winter.
I think
after
it's
the
because
nuclear
they got to
winter,
go over the
everything's a lot
mountains,
colder, but,
and it can
you
get
know.
cold.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You're trying to cross a mountain, you go up, and then it gets cold on you, and then you got to go down again.
Right.
Mhm.
In the valley, it gets cold, you know?
But even then, it's like even in the warm areas, like they're still wearing their 17 layers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. You
I
can't
don't
take
know,
off your
like-
shit. Someone will steal it.
Turtlenecks
You
and
guys must have
scarves.
been really warm.
Yeah, that turtleneck that like she cut off of him. So why was he still wearing it for the rest of the movie?
Maybe she sewed it back together.
She like
Yeah,
cut
they
it when she
fixed
was
it.
trying to fix his injury, and he still had it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, a very convenient lion. Like, why? I guess they did say it must have been a zoo near here.
That is,
And I guess that
Yeah.
did happen in the book, too, but then they never talked about it again.
Right.
It's,
Far
it's
enough away from it.
Chekhov's lion, but in the same act, the lion goes off and kills a guy.
Yeah.
That's
An
weird.
asshole, so it works.
that was my favorite.
Yeah.
They should have turned the movie off then.
That was my favorite.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. We got away. The end. Yippee.
Yep.
Yippee. And I guess you kind of have to do this sort of thing for a movie. You can't just have him be like all in his interior monologue the whole time. But have him talking to like everything all the time. He seemed like an insane person.
Yep.
Talking to his pony.
Oh, that's
Who else
fine.
is he gonna talk
I
to?
would do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I would be walking through the woods muttering to myself, I think.
Bill
Honestly.
listens. You just
Yes.
can't talk back.
Yeah.
Like
He's a kick-ass sword fighter too, Bill the Pony.
Yes.
Yeah. Like I'm saying,
skills there.
you turn the movie off and 30 minutes in, it's a better movie. Like
right.
Yeah.
it's a story of how he escaped from the Holnists, and then that's it.
What are you doing? You can't see, so I don't know what you're attempting to do.
She doesn't know either.
She
She
has no
doesn't know
idea.
either. She has
Yeah.
no clue.
Yeah.
Gonna fall down behind a box. I'll have to get her out later. Can't see very well anymore, so
Yeah. Poor kitten.
yeah.
Giovanni Ribisi has never been any other way, as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
after the war that ended the world, he's kind of just that guy.
Yeah, I like that that he got really high billing in this movie despite appearing in it for like a full 20 minutes of
Yeah.
3
Right.
hours.
Yeah.
Right.
We
Was
got
he?
he was that one weird guy at when they were captive in the beginning.
The kind of
They had
special
The
guy.
one weird guy.
Oh yeah, the one that
Yeah.
he stabbed.
And he was like, "Why would you
Yeah.
stab me?
Because you
Ugh.
fucking
You just
ran
told
your
on
mouth.
me." Yeah.
It's like
Like-
honestly, the fact that you don't understand why I'm stabbing you
Well-
is why I'm stabbing you.
like I said, he's a little special.
Yeah. He's
That
Giovanni Ribisi. Yeah, we got it.
Yeah.
That's how he's always been.
Mhm.
That's the characters he usually plays.
Yes.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I also like the difficulties you have of doing a Shakespeare off in a movie that's like for the general population.
Right.
Yeah.
Like none of these quotes they were quoting to each other had anything to do with each other. It's not like it was repartee or anything. It's like
No,
I
I
also
think it
know
was who
the
could
most
come up with a
better
famous
quote.
Shakespearean
No,
quotes.
it wasn't about the quotes. It's about the meaning of the quotes, right?
Yeah.
They're both spouting their ideologies using
Right.
Shakespeare. And you know, like the whole camp agreeing with this dude's ideology versus his, right? But like it's more just I don't know, he said his louder.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
he did.
So they like
Well,
that one.
You know,
but,
no, he's got guys to tell them clap for him, assholes.
Right.
You know,
We
didn't
didn't
have to be
understand it.
anything. He would still win.
But I mean, but that was the point. Is like if
Yeah.
you listen to the content of the quotes, like
Yeah.
they are both stating their beliefs through Shakespeare
Yeah.
and like countering each other. Like oh, I think you know like war and power, and I think like this world kind of sucks, and maybe I don't want to be here. Like
Mhm.
Mhm.
you know, like they're displaying sort of he has a softness and he has like a violence.
Yeah.
Basically is what they're displaying through their Shakespeare quotes, which
Right.
honestly says more about how great Shakespeare is than this
Yeah,
movie.
exactly.
Right.
But it got the point across for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Like, these are the quotes I identify with.
I felt more
Clearly.
like Kevin Costner was like trying to just come up with something. I felt maybe
like,
I wasn't reading enough into it.
That was one of the few like legitimately clever things in the movie, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was like, if you're paying attention, it tells you a lot. But yeah.
Are you saying I didn't pay attention?
I'm saying
there's a lot to pay attention
to a 3-hour movie.
Yeah.
Like, even at that point, you're like, already, all right, let's get on with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, why are they spending 40 minutes with this part? You could have done this in, like, 10.
Yeah.
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 Or they could have done it better by just, like, following the book and making the wholeness sort of, like, an enemy over the other, like, you know, like, make them an unseen threat for most of the movie and just, like, build the tension.
Instead of kind of the Seven Samurai, but not.
Like, let him run into, like, the dead bodies on the road and be like, fucking wholeness. You know?
Yeah.
Like, don't show them. Make them much more threatening than, like it really does feel like, by showing them too early, they really removed the fear.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, this guy's kind of a jackass, actually.
Yeah.
Like, he's kind of a pompous idiot. Like, he's not, like they just undercut the sort of, like, the threat, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. And,
I
like, and making him, like, okay, so, like, I understand sort of, it's a movie, you want to show people what's going on so they understand whatever.
Yeah.
But I agree, it would have been better if they made it more off-screen threat until it was business time.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But, like, making them, like, direct enemies with each other, like, I felt was not the Gordon from the book.
Yeah,
exactly. The Gordon from the book want to be like, someone else needs to get in here and do this. I'm not that guy. I'm not going to fight a fucking general. And it's like, no, it's got to be me, man on man, fisticuffs. Like, no.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to fucking vault off my horse
and
wrestle you to the ground.
Well, I mean, maybe like a cavalry battle was just too much for this 3-hour, like, multi-million-dollar budget movie.
I guess.
I don't know.
Right, that completely failed.
Yeah.
And, like, we'll just do a duel, and then we don't have to organize all these people.
Or even the book was like, then some war stuff happened later. Yeah. And that was fine.
Yeah.
Let's focus on personal things, but I mean,
and even in the book, like, it wasn't even him fighting him, right?
Right.
Like, he was just kind of, like, off to the side and, like, watching someone else fight him, and it was like, I don't remember if you mentioned it or if it was, I think you mentioned it though, like the Dragon Ball Z style, like, oh man, they're moving so fast, like,
right?
Like, he's just the fucking, like, Krillin in this situation.
He just happened to get wrapped up in it. And I think that's a better character arc for someone who's like, the opportunity landed in my lap. I didn't really want it. I tried to get away, but ultimately I couldn't turn away from the responsibility. Mm-hmm. Instead of being like, I have to personally go and show everybody that I'm the fucking badass guy. And I'm going to take over the Wholeness Army by showing him my 8 tattoo.
Yep.
Look!
He messed up his outfit, though.
I'm going to claim the right to challenge.
Yes.
Well,
Law
Danielle,
7.
you've already established that someone will fix his shirt.
Yeah, apparently
it doesn't
it'll
matter
just be
if
fine.
he rips the sleeve.
By, like, the next scene, they'll fix it for him.
Yeah.
I liked it that he shaved off his, like, beard, and they're like, I don't know that guy anymore. It's totally different.
Yeah, right. Totally different.
That
wasn't the guy who was just here a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Was it just that Bethlehem was that much of an idiot? It's like, I don't recognize you at all.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, he was a copy machine salesman.
Yeah.
He was not
but
probably
like
the
a salesman,
bulb in the...
you got to know your clients. Like, you have a little bit of a memory for people, right?
Nah,
I guess
not that guy.
Or maybe he's just that self-important and sees that many people in a day.
Himself.
Yeah. Had to go do his poor job of painting.
Yep.
Which I didn't think it was that bad.
No, I thought it was
okay.
I mean,
yeah,
that was like an unnecessary.
Very self-centered. It was a low blow, Kevin Costner.
I mean, at least you gotta have somebody else painting you.
It would have been better if he found something more nitpicky to say about the painting. You know?
Yeah.
It's like I can see that you're trying to do the chiaroscuro thing, but like it's just not working.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Charo is not
that would
screw
have
at
been
all.
much more of it.
It wasn't the burn
you know?
he thought it was.
And he would have been like,
Yeah.
"Damn it, you're smarter than me, and I hate that. I'm the smart one here."
Right.
Nah.
Yeah.
Speaking of sword.
Smart guys. Like I liked him finding that lighter in the post office truck and then being very ape-like. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was fun.
Turned into Tim Allen for a
Yeah.
minute.
Like he looked like Tim Allen in some parts of the
For a
movie.
minute.
Maybe he was.
Weirded me out.
Yep.
But no one got his dog joke, and I was sad.
No, no one did.
Got to put
the
all your dogs
had to
on
be
leashes when I'm in town. They're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
No one gets that.
What an asshole.
That kid didn't even know what a postman was.
I don't even know what a leash is.
I would have given anything for someone like Chris was saying. You're not funny. Just bring the mail. I'm not paying you to tell jokes. Yeah.
Oh man, and that Sharon was commenting on the old lady's accent. I'm like, yeah, like where the fuck are you from? Like,
Which old lady?
This
The
is
blind one?
Oregon. Like, why do you sound like Blanche Dubois? You know,
She
Maybe she was from back east or something originally.
she happened to be visiting when the
When the
3-year
world ended.
winter happened. Yeah,
Yeah.
got snowed in and the land.
Everybody thought it'd be over by Christmas or something. And then-
Oh, is that like what happened? Because that was the part I missed. I didn't.
That's the part they never told you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they never told you what
remember they talked
happened.
about the 3-year winter that everyone somehow made it through.
They, like,
Again,
name
why did
checked
they
it.
try so hard?
And everything is just now kind of getting back into a natural, regular rhythm.
Yeah.
Like, the rains come all the time now. Birds are flying again.
Yeah,
so-
and that was only 2013. Oh boy, do we have some news for them.
Yeah.
Wait till you get
Well,
to the
that's 'cause
20s.
Guess what?
I'm assuming for them the world ended like the year the movie came out in 97 or something.
Yeah.
I mean, they you know, they did have their own pandemics. To be fair,
Yes.
they had
Again,
super mumps
in-
that made
Super
that guy
mumps, yes.
Super mumps.
impotent or whatever.
Yeah.
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 I love dating in the post-apocalypse. You never had syphilis, right? I'm like,
Or the super mumps.
or the super mumps.
I mean, how will you know?
Like, I just met you.
Because you get bumps and your balls swell. That's how you know.
Mm.
You remember having that?
No, but if you
Good,
just
you're
met
fine.
somebody, if you just met somebody, there'd be nowhere to know.
Yeah.
Well,
But
if
buy
you can't have kids
buy a
for
man a
3
drink
years, then they're
first.
gonna
Like,
know.
Look, here's my husband. He didn't say no. Didn't say no yet.
yeah,
Right.
that was creepy.
Husband's like, yes.
But then
Like,
he gets
I'm going to-
murdered.
Yeah, that was sad.
Yeah.
Poor Michael.
He was a nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't deserve it.
No.
Justice for Michael.
He
Yeah,
he wanted
and,
to.
and guess what? Another change from the book.
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
somehow they felt was necessary. Like,
Was
nah,
not.
we need to get rid of this guy, and we also need to make her the
The main one.
primary
Yeah.
love interest. Like,
Right.
this needs to happen
Like, did
Yeah,
you?
sorry.
No.
because
He could have just left her there. He could have
Yeah.
still had a reason to fight for her because he kept going
And he
back to
would've
Pine Ridge.
Come
or
back
whatever.
and see her and shit
Yeah.
and be like, oh, that's
He's
my
like-
kid, even though it's your guys' kid.
Yeah,
You know?
Body father or whatever they said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come to see my kid grow up every now and then on my
you're just
rounds.
the sperm donor,
And that's a little too new age hippie for the '90s. I don't know.
I guess.
I mean, they proposed
You
it in the
can't
80s,
just-
so...
You can't just like have a kid outside of wedlock and still care about it or something.
They
I don't know. I
technically
don't know.
didn't, though. Abby and Michael,
Yeah,
their kid's born in wedlock.
Yeah,
It's
no.
weird, right?
No, but
Yeah.
like I said, like even that idea, it's like maybe that's too weird for the '90s. I guess.
Yeah.
I guess
Like,
that's what made it like super futuristic-y, post-apocalypse-y, because you
Mhm.
have to throw all that shit out the window, right?
Yeah, and so they totally
survive.
undercut the point by changing it in the movie.
right.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
And then we had to watch it happen too.
I know.
It was like a long time.
They
and
put
then we're
us-
like, oh, it's
Yeah.
over. Like, oh, never mind.
I'm
Round
like-
two.
Was this necessary?
They put us
Like,
in the
why-
cuck chair and made us
like-
watch.
The cuck chair.
You could have just been, had a gun on you, Michael. You're that close to the guy. You'll still die, but do the world some favors and blow that dude's brains out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
Well,
real.
he's talking about fucking being a feudal lord. Just end him.
Yeah.
That's okay. He was like impotent anyway.
Yeah.
Aw.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's why he's such a dick.
That is why.
Oh.
Yep.
Hey, speaking of dicks,
Mm-hmm.
President Richard Stanky?
Starkey.
Starkey? Stanky? Starkey?
I like Stanky better.
Yeah.
Is that a name I'm supposed to, like...
He just
Was
made
that,
it
like,
up, right?
Just made it
Yeah.
up?
Starkey.
Made it up.
Sounded like he maybe had some song lyrics. I'm like, is this a band I don't know? Like a lead singer of a
Could be
band.
now. That'd be a
He
great
just
idea.
wanted his broth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His 2 bowls of
He
broth.
had 2 bowls of broth, and he is full.
Get out.
Yeah.
Steal a horse and get out.
Yeah.
I
Oh my
mean,
God.
yeah, like soup was prominent in this movie.
Yeah.
A lot of soup.
You know why?
Yeah, a lot of
Soup's
soup.
easy to make when you have nothing.
Mhm.
It's true.
Just need some heat and water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
And a
throw
little
literally
something to put
anything
in
in
there.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoe leather or whatever.
Stone
And pop
soup.
there.
Stone
There's
soup.
a video waiting in my YouTube list from some girl who does medieval reenactments
Yeah.
about what would you get at a medieval tavern. It would be soup,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
stew, that kind of shit, and some like beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you'd get.
Yep. In my
Easy to
historical
do.
romances, that is what they have all the time. They
Yep.
have
Oh.
some sort
Have
of
a-
a stew at their pubs that they go to.
Yeah, you just have a big old cauldron over the
Yeah,
fire.
you
and
can
just
cook
dish
it all
out.
day.
Yeah.
It's not going to get,
Yeah.
overcooked.
It's
Stir
hearty.
it. Yeah.
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 You can feed a whole town.
Can.
Big enough pot.
Yep.
Yes.
There you go.
Stone
Why did
soup.
that girl know the lyrics to America, America if she never heard what a postman was? What
That
the fuck?
was a little bit
Her
on
parents
the
taught
fucking
it to
nose,
her?
you
I don't know.
I guess, but
Look.
why? Like, there seemed to be a lot of, I don't know, like, desire for America amongst the people, I guess is what they're hinting at. Like, they're carrying on the traditions.
Well, yeah.
And
you
as soon
wanna
as they saw the
rebuild your
flag, they're like,
world.
yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
It's hopeful. It's not the fucking wholeness.
Bald eagle
Yeah, I mean,
screech.
I
Not
don't
their
know. I feel
ridiculous
like I feel like that was also kind of like missing the point. Like it isn't some like weird patriotism. It's just like shit was better before all this
Yeah,
stuff.
it's
Yeah.
trying to bring your world
And
back.
so like
in a
the
new
focus on like the I don't know, like it wouldn't be so much like, oh, I miss America. It's like I miss like things being okay.
yeah.
You know?
And that's the symbol we
Sending-
need to be okay again. So
Like, having conversation with my friends and family in another town.
I miss being able to go to
Yeah.
the Walmart and getting like my food there.
Yes. I
Yeah.
miss cotton underwear.
Yes.
while I live in the Walmart because it's a sound structure.
Right. That was
And
weird.
my plan is to go find the rest of the Jews that survive, and we'll start a village somewhere. And
Well, you
keep
gotta
our
survive so you
traditions
can,
alive.
teach the Bene Gesserit how to do stuff.
Get
Yeah.
that kibbutz going.
In the future, yeah, that's all we got to do. Just make a walled kibbutz, and then we'll keep our traditions alive for the future generations. Some
Yeah,
point in time, we're probably the only literate people in that world.
Oh,
So,
jeez.
yeah.
And like General Bethlehem, like
Hebrew.
fucking hated the idea of the post office for no reason.
Like,
Like
Yeah.
he rolled into town and saw a post office, like burn it.
where
Burn
does
it
Get it
that?
down.
Like I don't think he even knew someone was delivering mail right
Burn
then.
it.
It's just like burn it.
Yeah.
Like why?
There's a flag up. Burn it.
Burn it. Burn the thing. Throw that
Like,
in
how
there.
about we burn you, sir? That's a great idea.
I'm gonna make you do it too,
Yeah.
other guy. I'm not doing it myself.
No, but like, how about
Can't
we
get
tie
my
you to
hands
the
dirty.
flagpole, General, and light you on fire?
Yeah.
I don't like that guy. So
No.
could you
You're not
tell?
supposed to like him. He's the villain.
But
What?
a little too villainy. Like a little too much.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like he could have been more villainous. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I don't know.
Like I don't know. I feel like I didn't buy him as like an effective leader.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't either. Just
You
a
know?
fear-based leader
Yeah.
that has the right
Well, didn't
like
you see his
henchmen
leather
around
pants?
him to keep it going.
Do you see his cool leather
he
pants?
wasn't manipulative enough.
Yeah.
Well, he has other people to
he
do
needed
that.
to be more of a psychopath.
I mean,
and,
I
like,
wanted him to die right away, though, so I guess it
Yeah.
worked for me.
Again, shorter movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he had just shot him on the way out of camp. That's for Bill the Pony. I'm out.
Right.
Justice for Bill.
Costner out.
Yeah.
Oh my god. This movie made me laugh more than it wanted to.
Uh-huh.
Like again, the horse jousting at the end where they just like flew at each other like the Matrix.
They just no,
I almost
like, the way
died.
that they just like
Ah, it was like when you go to medieval times, they're
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
their little
But even they do a better job of what we saw on screen there.
Yeah.
Like they at least have a splintery like balsa wood lance or something.
Yeah, like I don't think that's like a really effective way to fight. It's like if a dude's gonna jump off his horse, like you stay on yours.
Yes, and then
trample him.
Hit him with a sword or kick him in the face.
Like if you're smart,
yes,
like don't get off the horse.
The dude had the sword with him on the ground later. Like if he's coming at you unarmed, stab with the sword.
Stab.
Yeah.
He didn't deserve to be the leader of the homeless army. He was stupid, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
right.
No, I agree.
But like that and the I don't know. It seemed like every once in a while you just had to stop and be like, what the fuck is this movie doing?
Right?
Yeah.
Just what? Why? Why are we doing this? Like all the like shenanigans they're getting into, setting up their paper route with their kids.
Yeah.
Like, oh boy. Post office needs to be at the bottom of this hill. Oh. Jeez. Anyway. What else? I didn't talk about here. The guy getting hit in the nuts with the tree branch.
Yeah.
Again, could have just cut it off there. I'm like, okay, good.
Yep.
Get out while you're ahead, guys.
Yep.
And we talked about the kid with his Postman ESP.
Mm-hmm.
That could have been a 2-minute scene. Instead, was like 20.
Yeah.
He looked so long after him, like, oh god damn it, missed the pickup. But he was the slow turn back.
Yeah.
Dumb.
Like, who's that kid even sending a letter to?
Yeah, exactly.
Like you didn't establish any of that. Like, why is this so important?
How does he know how to write? Do we have schools? What's going on?
Not in this movie.
God. Like, what an excellent point.
Not in the movie version.
In the book, where they talk about, like, yeah, most people don't know how to fucking read.
Right.
Like,
yeah, even Abby was like, I'm sending this letter in hopes I'll be able to read when I get a response in a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was like,
how'd you write it?
It was only the people like who were alive from before who,
yeah,
like,
the older
still
people
even sort of remembered, and like most people were like out of practice. And they talk about I can read like the label on a food wrapper.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can read well enough for that. But like a letter, like no.
A whole letter, no.
People don't like write sentences anymore.
Nope.
Yep.
Not
I did like
again. I have to
that
revive
his first bag of mail had a Valpak in it, like a thing of coupons. It was still getting delivered.
Oh yeah,
appreciated that.
They didn't like pay to send any of these letters either. These postmen were just like off there doing this for no pay, just for funsies.
Well, they sort of asked how much it costs, but they never said.
Food.
They were just doing it for fun.
Like,
and even that post office they set up, like it looked like Hook to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
yeah, it was much. It was giving Hook.
The Lost Boys.
Yes.
Like
look, Peter.
Play area.
We have a skateboard ramp to deliver our mail or whatever. Like, wouldn't seem as out of place.
Yeah.
These fucking kids. But I guess that was maybe part of the point. Like, the kids are the ones who are going to restore the country. Like, it's up to them.
Mm-hmm.
Get their...
Revolution is a young person's game.
Yes.
Yes.
Should we teach them to read first? Nah, they'll figure it out.
No. There was also a point where... like, for the fourth time, we cut back to Bethlehem being like, I want him hunted down and killed. I'm like, weren't you already doing that?
Yeah.
Like, fail. It's not
I'm about
happen.
to kill Ford Lincoln Mercury.
Ford Lincoln Mercury?
But wait a minute. Maybe I won't do that. Hunt down the postman instead. I want him dead.
Yes. It's
I want
never
his family
gonna be
dead.
Over. But,
I
like,
want his pets
he's like, it's
dead.
never going to be over. But, like, that other guy came from California and didn't even know those people. So, like, killing the main postman, like, what was that going to do?
Yeah.
Those people are still, other people are still out there.
Yeah.
He didn't think this through.
No,
he didn't.
Not even.
Well, that wasn't the plan, right? It was just to get into a town and get some food.
That was.
Yeah.
Grew from there. Became a thing.
Yes. There were like 8,000 horses in this movie. And half of them died because of George.
Horses do fine without humans. Like
8,000 horses. Like, I've expected William Shatner to show up in this movie.
It's probably off to the side.
I want to see the postman with William Shatner.
Yeah.
It's probably off to the side, helping take care of the horses.
Probably. There probably were some of his horses, honestly.
Yeah, probably were.
Probably. Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Every Costner was in this movie also. Did you read the credits at the end?
Man.
So many Costner offspring.
Yeah.
Costspring.
They ran out of actors, you know.
They spent it all on horses and Tom Petty
for this movie, and I guess the only people are like
Related
family members.
Yeah. So was Tom Petty supposed to be like the Powhatan analog because he had like the cool city up in the hills or whatever? Bridge City.
I feel like he was supposed to be kind of that character a little bit, but like I don't know.
Yeah.
They also had Vietnam vet guy that was like a little bit of a like stand-in for that too.
Yeah.
Like they, split them up, changed things or whatever.
Yeah. Again, they refused to read the book, so
yeah,
it was
it's
fine.
True.
Yeah. Also in that whole like climactic scene, he's like, I like Indian wrestled you and like the guy shot you or whatever, and so now my new law is everyone chill the fuck out. And they're like, all right.
Yeah, they just listen.
Like, okay. Fair play.
They just needed a leader.
Yeah, I mean, all they really want to do is watch The Sound of Music.
That's it.
You know?
Yeah.
That's
like
their
as
life.
long as they can do that, like maybe they don't need to go around murdering people.
Yeah. The whole army was actually cinephiles and that really loved musicals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and that's all he needed to do. He said Broadway was back up and running.
You know, kind of missing the point of like, all of these dudes were like Alex Jones listeners.
Yeah,
like before the shit happened.
Right.
Like, yeah, you're not like changing the mind of an ideologue so easily.
Yeah,
you know,
I don't think one guy doing like a wrestling match, like, okay, yeah, let's throw our guns down and go home.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Let's all listen to the guy who's like more powerful now.
Yeah, and he says, "Don't listen to me anymore."
Yeah.
I also liked at the very end, they're like, "Here's my dad's like memorial gravesite or whatever," and it's him delivering the mail, not him toppling the insurrectionist army that was destroying America. That's not important, but he did pick up the mail one time.
Travis, they didn't unite the country based on that. They united the country again based on mail.
I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean
that, you have to think that like that wasn't the last militia leader that he took out.
Correct.
Maybe.
They can't just build a statue of him like killing every militia
standing
leader.
on the skulls of his enemies. Like,
yeah,
no, it's going to be.
That would have been way more intimidating.
That would have been awesome.
But that's not the society they created. Come on.
They built a throne for him at the coastline, like he conquered from sea to sea, and then wept because there was no one left to conquer.
He rebuilt America, sir. That's what he did, being a mailman.
Yes. What
I like that everyone showed up to that on their yachts.
Right?
Right.
It's like that's how you know there's been progress.
Yeah, everyone's
I'm like
now.
Everyone's yachting.
Where?
In the future.
Like, did it turn out that like the rest of the world wasn't nearly as fucked up? It was just America, and they were like kind of quarantining America because they started the war or something.
No, like 30 years later.
That would be pretty funny, and I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Like America collapsed, but the rest of the world is actually fine.
Yeah,
let them
we don't
sort
fly
that
over
shit
there,
out.
so nobody knows.
They got drones, and they're like just watching reality TV. Like let's watch America fall apart real time.
Yeah.
It'll be funny.
They just fly over Canada and Mexico to go over North America, so none of the Americans see a plane.
Everyone goes around them.
Yeah, just go around them.
Yeah. What the hell was
that like M. Night Shyamalan twist?
I know, right?
They're actually on a camping reserve the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Being walled off.
Yeah.
Damn.
They just filmed the whole thing at Sundance or whatever.
What was the deal with St. Rose anyway? I
don't
completely
know.
missed
feel
any
like
justification
like
for
Didn't
that.
he say that was supposed to be the place where there was all nice and the place to go?
Yeah, I feel like the St. Rose was kind of like the El Dorado, or like the Shangri-La, or or one of those, right? Like it is a fictional place that people dream about going, because their world is shitty. Yeah. I don't think St. Rose was like a real place.
And they all heard it was fine after the war.
They made it real. They made it real. God damn it!
Yes.
His daughter named Hope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which I thought was going to be named Rose instead, but no.
Yeah.
That would have been more satisfying for me. I don't know.
Yeah. No.
Nope.
You're too smart for this movie.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, you could have cut 2 hours out of this movie. I don't know. Like, you could have gotten this done way more efficiently.
It was unnecessarily long.
Yeah, for the ideas that it had in it, like, it did not need to be this long.
Right.
If they had kept more,
yeah,
or if they had like chosen to do things differently, or like, I don't know, if they had like 3-dimensional characters, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it would have been worth 3 hours, but like what it had in it does not justify a 3-hour runtime.
No.
For sure.
Yeah, like exploring the whole thing with the Cyclops and like, oh yeah, it's either a government of tyranny or manipulation. Like, which one are we going to choose? Like, is there a third path? Like, that might have been interesting. Like, but no, nope. Just Post is great. America's great.
Yeah.
If America ever collapses, we need it back.
Right.
I feel like that whole thing was just like a little bit too like old school sci-fi for them to like. This is the 90s. We can't have like, weird artificial intelligence supercomputer. Like,
that'll never happen.
Nobody would buy that shit. Like, yeah. I do think it would be funny if they remade that now and it was like, oh, it's Chat GPT. Like, we got Chat GPT over here, like telling us where to dig wells.
Yeah.
Did we talk about when we were talking about Cyclops, the Amazon technology, AI technology that turned out to just be offshore people, like looking at video of what you put in your cart and be like, oh, they put in the milk? Okay. Charge them for milk. Oh, they put in this? Put in... I feel like they could do that storyline now. Like, yeah, it's just a guy back there. It's Chat GPT. That's just Chris. All the AI bots talk to other Chris. He responds back. It's just one guy. Oh my god. Hey, with Danielle, what would you recommend this movie to a friend?
No.
Even as like punishment?
Maybe if I didn't like them.
Like if they did something to piss you off, like...
I mean, you gotta watch to the end so that you really get it.
You won't get it unless you watch all 3 hours.
Like...
Yeah.
No, it's just...
You'll hate it until the last 2 minutes.
Right.
And then...
Once you see that statue...
Then it'll all make sense and you'll love it. Yep.
and then, oh my god, like, I feel like whoever you did that to would be so mad at you.
Yeah, and they would probably deserve it.
Kevin Costner's
that evil on
like
them.
If you don't pay attention to it, it's not going to make sense. So like you really have to be observant.
I suggest taking notes because so many things pay off at the end.
Watch it with the lights on. Make sure that you're not too cozy.
Memorize these character names too. It's going to be important.
Yeah.
If they have them.
Put a rubber band on your wrist and snap it every few minutes.
If you don't catch his name, you're going to have to start over from the beginning because you missed it.
If you missed his name, it's not going to make sense.
Oh, no.
Start it again.
I love it.
Yeah.
What do you think, Chris is? You recommend this to all your friends too? Chris says no.
I mean, if you're doing a Kevin Costner-thon, you have to watch it.
First of all, why?
Oh man!
Right, but if you are, it's got to be in there.
If you happen to be,
I'm waiting for the movie marathon where they do the extended cuts of all the Costner movies,
damn it.
Right? And so you have
there's
to spend
longer ones.
Oh, I'm sure.
If you put the edited
he's gonna
out
have to
shit
go
in there.
back and do like the director's cut where they're 4 hours instead of 3 hours, and then we'll release those to the theater. Like, I wonder maybe the 4 hour director's cut makes more sense.
Maybe so. Maybe Abby does something at all.
Oh my god!
Instead of just be there and be shrill and pregnant.
Maybe that's where all the other female characters went.
On the cutting room floor.
Yeah, the cutting room floor in the 4 hour version of the movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Costner's like, I need more shots of me in uniform. This is what they're paying to see.
That's right.
Yeah, no. I mean, like we said at the top, like, it was a movie. And if I'd never read this book, it would have been fine. But as it was, I was constantly angry.
I don't know. Fine is pretty generous.
For a random movie from the 70s.
It is a passing movie.
Yeah.
Movie. Like there was a story and it did make sense and you could follow it.
Right.
Like
Whether you wanted to is
the
different.
Hallmarks of a movie with a passing grade. Like, you know, it's like oh, congratulations! Like you wrote your 5-paragraph essay and you had a topic sentence.
Yeah.
And you had, 3 supporting paragraphs of your topic, and then you had a conclusion.
And
like
that's
congratulations, you've passed the assignment.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
With a C.
That's what this movie was.
Yes. And they spent $1 billion on it.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
To get passing out of it.
Yep.
Yep.
It's unfortunate.
They spent so much money on costumes, I gotta think. And horses.
Yeah.
I kept ripping them
And
up.
horses.
I don't know what...
Costumes and horses. Yep. Any final thoughts?
No.
It's a movie.
If you had to add a second female character, what would they have done in this movie?
You know what? I don't really wish that on any other females to have to participate in this, so
Okay.
I'm going to decline.
I guess there was that one lady postman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the younger one.
The one. And the blind lady, but,
Yeah.
they didn't talk to each other really, so I don't know if it passed the Bechdel test. I don't think it did. What do you think, Chris? Is any other final thoughts?
Now you can say you've seen it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, wear that like a battle scar.
It's still not the worst one you've made me watch. So
Really? You still think 2001
yes,
was worse?
2001 is the
God.
worst movie ever.
Oh my
Compared
No.
to this?
Yes.
Oh my god.
No,
I hated it
2001 is
so
an
much.
artistic
Oh my God.
masterpiece.
I hated it.
Every
Oh
time we
my-
have
It's
to
on like the
relitigate.
AFI list, Danielle.
You know what?
I think
You
you're wrong
should-
on that, but that's okay. You
should-
don't have to like it.
You should let Kevin Costner know. I'm sure he would appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would
you
rather
should.
watch this than
what's
Tweet
that?
at him right
One of the-
now.
One of the top 10 movies of all time, and you
Yes.
think this one is better?
Yep.
This passing grade fucking movie you think is better than 2001?
Yeah,
One of
2001 is horrible.
Like, agreed
Tell you
upon
what.
greatest movies of all time.
By
We're-
who? Who agreed?
Everybody.
I've never heard of one
I'm-
person that I know
Well,
talk about
the
this.
people who
I'm not
decide
talking
such
about
things for
people you know.
films.
I'm talking about like
Everybody.
the
Artistes.
Sight and Sound Film List, which is a list of like the
Yeah.
top critics and movie professionals.
It's
They're
a
the
bunch
ones
of boomers that are
voted.
dying now. I don't care what they think.
No, younger people too are voting on these things, but like
It's not going to work, Chris. It's not
it's
going to
like
happen.
it's like
It's
it's
not
like
It's never
you-
going to happen.
No. What you're saying is like, oh, here's the Mona Lisa, and here's a copy of Mad Magazine. You're like, you know what? I kind of like the Mad Magazine better than the Mona Lisa. I kind of like this, like I don't know, like this, like a Midwestern dude made a painting of a cow
Yep.
Yeah.
in his backyard, and you're like, I mean, I don't know, it wasn't a bad painting. It definitely wasn't as bad as the Mona Lisa.
Yep.
Like, you know, that's what I'm hearing right now.
Yep. I guess that's it.
She stands by it.
Yeah.
Stands by it. Oh my god. We need
I,
to
I
like
curse you to live in Texas. That's your punishment. You live in Texas.
But they've
Someday
been
you're going to
into
find a
it.
movie I hate worse than it, but it hasn't happened
Oh my
yet.
god.
It has not happened.
I feel like we should. We should do that for you.
I haven't.
I'm
That's
gonna
been the
try
goal
so
ever
hard.
since.
It
Like,
hasn't worked.
Yeah.
we've been chasing that dragon
Oh,
since the
man.
first time.
No.
Okay. I'm gonna renew my effort in this. We're gonna find a movie that you hate even more.
Well, sometimes there's like funny things that happen. We're watching this and they're doing that stuff, and I'm like, isn't there a lion loose? And then like the next second, the lion jumps out and gets it. Like, yep, there it is.
All right.
Yep. Oh my god.
So 2001 needed a lion.
2001, terrible.
Needed.
We're gonna-
needed a
F
dude to
minus.
get mauled by a lion.
We're gonna get a bunch of edibles and we're gonna rewatch 2001.
No,
There you go.
And you're gonna change your
Mhm.
I
mind
am
about
never
it.
watching that shit again. If
We'll
someone
have
is
to do
like,
an
you can
anniversary
either,
edition.
Yeah.
you will either die or a horrible, awful death, or you have to watch this movie. Like, I guess I'm dying because I'm not watching that shit again.
This is her
There you
version of the
go.
apocalypse.
All right.
Yep.
Wow.
This is my hill that I'm going to
Thanks,
die on.
Danielle.
I just tell you. I just want to put out
If you
there.
got captured by those wholeness,
I want everyone to
they're
know
gonna put on
2001 is
2001
terrible.
or Universal Soldier, and she's like, "Bring on Universal Soldier."
Yep. I don't know what that is, but let's watch that instead.
Watch Sharknado instead.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Jeez.
Got sharks in
I
it
would
though. That's
rather
probably
dye
good.
these random pieces of cloth red in this tub than watch 2001:
Mhm.
The Space Odyssey.
I'd rather stare
Apparently.
blankly at the wall for 3 hours.
Even if it means losing your electricity, Danielle, you still
Yeah,
wouldn't
I
watch
guess.
it?
I don't want to watch that
Okay.
shit. I hate it.
Both of your children are being dangled over a pit.
All right.
Watch 2001 or watch
No.
them die.
I'll go with them if I have to watch 2000. We're going together. It's enough. I am not watching it.
Yep. Okay.
I
Fair.
hate it.
That's commitment.
All
I
right.
hate it so much.
Yep.
Can't say she's not committed.
Yep.
Hey,
No.
Danielle.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else that's good?
So I did last weekend watch a movie on Netflix that you should also watch.
Oh
that
my
is
God.
like not
Are
good.
we talking
but
about the
also,
shark movie?
But also good.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Okay.
It's called Under Paris. You
Oh
should
my God.
watch it.
Oh God, the Sharks in the Seine movie.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Please watch it.
Sharks in the catacombs.
I watched it with the like English dubbed over. I
Sharkticons?
guess it's supposed to be in French.
Yeah.
That would make sense, being Under Paris. But the
Yeah.
one on Netflix, when I hit play, it played the one with them.
It
speaking
defaulted to the English.
And like,
Yeah.
wow, like y'all need to watch it. It's something
All right.
special.
Yeah, take your
I
edibles
bet.
and then watch it.
All right.
I liked
Kinda
the
fitting,
ending
though,
a
since
lot.
they're having
I was
Olympics there.
for the ending.
I didn't watch this movie, but I did hear about the movie, and every minute that you described something that happened felt like a full movie to me.
And I showed him one
Like, this
part,
is all the same movie?
and I showed him one part, and man, the CGI guys, just
Yeah.
Spot on.
so
Didn't you
good.
tell me at one point they blow up the catacombs or something? Like that's one of the things they're trying to do to stop the sharks?
Yeah, you guys got to watch.
Okay.
There's just.
But
so
Paris
much that
is fine.
happens. Yes.
Like literally all the catacombs get blown up, but Paris is
They
fine.
blow up the catacombs, but Paris is fine.
Paris is
Mm.
fine.
I guess they
Okay.
don't know where the catacombs are.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, please
Oh,
please
man.
watch it.
What's it
It's
called again?
Under Paris.
Under Paris.
Under
Not the
Paris.
porn, the
No.
Netflix movie with sharks.
That's right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Everyone's like, this is the greatest shark movie since Jaws, and I'm gonna say no, but
Everyone
I think you
says
should still
that?
watch it. Well, that's what they keep like putting under
my
like the
God.
tagline.
They were once again like, here's the Mona Lisa,
Yeah.
and here's
Uh-huh.
Under Paris. And we like this one better.
Yeah. It was.
like
There
oh,
was
man.
so much that happened in it, though. Like, yes, you should pay attention because lots of things. They tried to do all the things in this movie.
They ripped off
Yeah.
every movie with their shark movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Is
Yeah.
it? Is it?
And it's like
Like-
an hour and 47 minutes. It's not even long.
Oh
So,
my god.
yeah.
This movie could have taken a lesson
Yeah.
from Under
Yeah.
Paris.
And they did a lot more than the Postman did. For sure.
A much more efficient movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
We moved right along.
Got
Got a
it.
steady clip.
Yeah, please watch it.
It had to.
Yeah.
They didn't have time.
Yeah, please watch it.
Jesus.
Please appreciate it with me. You'll love it.
Yeah. You didn't watch Bridgerton
Alright.
3 yet?
No, I haven't
I
watched
did.
that
Did you see boobies?
Yes.
yet. People are sort of pissed about Bridgerton
Why?
3 because they're like veering off of the books quite a bit.
Well, they are, but I didn't read them.
And
so
like
it's
with
okay for
main
me.
characters, like they're changing the sex of their partners, and like it's really pissing people of the book off.
Oh, is it?
Man.
Okay, I don't know.
You
Well,
you
they
gotta
already-
you don't know because you haven't read the books, but I've
I'm not
read
going to.
some of the
Well, I was gonna
the
say.
comments, and yeah, there's other characters that aren't the main characters in this that are starting their storyline, and the stuff that they're doing, it's like they're switching her male love interest to a woman, and people are pissed about it.
Well, people can get over that, I guess, but
That's going to
They had
totally
to-
change the whole story again. Like, just make your own show. Like, you don't have to use these books if you're not going to follow these books. Don't make it.
well, they had to do something different for this season because they already spoiled this season in like the first season.
Yeah, it shouldn't have been this season. It should have been Benedict's season.
No one cares about Benedict though. Forget him.
Unfortunately, in the show world, that's true.
Yeah, forget him.
Yeah.
He's just gonna go to
Yeah.
art school or whatever. And
Yeah. So I'm not all that interested.
I haven't watched it yet, but
Like after the first season, I feel like they stayed kind of close to the book, and then
Yeah.
the second season, they totally like took a left turn and like did all kinds of crazy different things, and like it just seems like they're gonna keep following that path.
yeah.
and
Once again,
not really
Chandra Rhimes
interested.
is like, I got it. Like I read the first book. It's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like as long as they can like keep selling like wine
Yeah.
the name on it. Like, I think they're going to be okay.
I don't know. There's petitions all out there now
Oh my
to
God.
like switch stuff back before we get to these stories. Like, I don't know. I think they're about to lose a bunch of viewers
Switch
for
stuff
next
back?
season.
Nah.
I think it's a loud, angry minority.
It's on its way to being canceled. I'm sure they're not going to get.
Well, I
through
mean,
all seven.
I don't know.
Netflix
It does pretty
cancels
popular. It is
everything.
Yeah.
pretty
Like,
popular.
like
Signed a big
no,
deal
like,
with Chandra.
Like the popularity doesn't. Like, honestly, I would say if it's less popular, it's more likely to continue on Netflix.
Yeah.
Probably
Like-
true. I haven't watched it though, so I can't really say
But
for sure.
the second half is out now, so we can watch the whole season.
I know we can
Oh
watch it
my
all, but
God.
again, like I don't know, like that Colin guy just seems like a baby to me. I'm not really interested in watching him
Yeah.
as the lead, but I hear it doesn't even really focus on them all that much. There's all the side stories, so
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, the first book was my favorite so far. Because
That
none
is,
of the
like,
other
the
ones have had
worst
jizzing
book.
on sheets as like a plot point, so.
that book was the worst, but that was the best season so far
Mhm,
because
mhm.
they stayed pretty true to the book.
Yeah.
Shonda Rhimes is just turning into like Ryan Murphy doing all the extremes. She's like, how can
That's
I
a
stretch this to the limit to
Very
be...
serious accusation you just leveled at Chandra Rhimes here.
Yeah, and I stand by it.
Okay.
I stand by
We're
it.
making enemies.
Oh my god.
Stand
We
by
can't
it.
afford to
Podcast
make
is
enemies of
making
Chandra.
Powerful enemies.
Shonda land.
Yeah.
Quickly, move on.
Yes.
Chris, do you have anything else that's good?
No, just busy.
Oh,
I get this week off, and then I got to start my teacher residency classes.
nice.
Yay.
So
Gotta
good,
be a
but no
teacher
summer.
for reals.
For reals.
Yeah.
Learning lots of stuff.
Yeah.
Do you get paid to do that?
No, not this summer, unfortunately.
Ugh.
Come on now.
I wanted you to be paid to do those things.
I will be later, but that would have been
Yeah.
nice. But they don't have money for that, so.
Boo.
Plus, I'm not technically a teacher of record yet, so
Mm.
that's some of it.
But
too,
you're working
because-
on it.
Yeah, I did apply for my job that I've had this
Yeah.
year, so hopefully I keep trying to enlist people at my school
Yeah.
to be on my side and be like, you know what, we don't care if anybody else applies, we're just going to hire me,
Yeah, just go
Mhm.
for it.
you know. So we'll see.
You're a known quantity.
That's what I
Exactly.
figure, and I'll have
Yeah.
even more skills next year, so I'll be even better.
Yeah.
Yes, you got
Yeah.
it. You got it.
The kids recognize
Yeah.
you and stuff.
They do.
Yeah.
Like half the school recognizes me.
Like,
now,
there's
so
Mr.
that should
Ham.
count for something. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know him. He teaches
Yep.
me about learning
exactly.
and words, and he hates TikTok.
That is. No TikToks in my room. I take
Yeah.
your phone.
Take it.
Embrace the TikTok.
No.
Make sure they're watching your TikToks.
Yes.
No.
Make your own TikToks about your lesson
No.
plan.
No.
Just do a fun dance in the middle.
I mean, like that would be pretty great if the kids.
I already
were, like,
follow
scrolling
some
TikToks,
teachers.
Yeah.
and then they got to yours, and it was like, hey, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Get off your phone.
I should
Pay
do that.
attention.
You're supposed to be listening to me talking right now in real
Yeah,
life.
I should do
Yeah.
that. That's what I should do. So that's how I have a couple teachers I follow on Instagram where it gets their TikToks on there
Yeah.
who do that shit, and they're like, "Yeah, I stay after school all the time for a few hours to make my TikToks. My admins are cool with that." I'm
Yeah.
like, no.
Mm.
Like I saw a teacher TikTok where they were just talking about how like insults from 8th graders are fucking vicious.
Yes.
And it was just a teacher reading like, these are actual things that my
Yeah.
students have said to me, and I'm like, man, like that's fucking brutal. Like,
Yeah.
these kids, but at the same time, like honestly, like very clever. So you know, could go either way for me.
Yeah. Yeah. I like your idea of scroll stoppers as the account. Like, you shouldn't be scrolling, you're supposed to be paying attention to class.
Mhm.
And then give them the teacher look. Like,
Right.
mm,
Come here for a second.
I want to see you after
Put
class.
it down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just put it down.
Like, you know
Put
what?
down
Just
the
go
phone.
ahead and go put it on my desk. I'll know what you're doing.
If you're seeing this right now, come give me your phone.
Yeah.
This is
You
your
shouldn't be on it.
this is your sign. I like it. Go for it.
And the next one is just me going,
Mm-hmm. Right there. Right on the desk.
yep. Like, or,
Yeah, get out in the hall. Get out in the hall.
so,
Take it outside. No one
Yeah.
wants to hear that. Nice. Well, how long does the residency thing last?
Summer courses go till July 24th.
Oh.
And then teachers go back to school on August 1st.
That seems really soon.
It is. We shifted our schedule this year.
Boo.
At our welcome event for the residency program, they told us, like last year, the first year's cohort, they had it for 5 weeks. And they told us that was a little fast. So we were planning to make it a 6-week course this year, to make it a little better. And then we got the news that the school district voted to change the schedule. So now you have 4.5 weeks.
Oh.
It's like, okay, thanks a lot, school
Smart.
district. Yeah, so because they're like, we're going to shift the schedule this year. We're going to start 2 weeks earlier.
Yeah.
Then we can end 2 weeks earlier, so we're not ending in, like, mid-June. And I'm like,
Yeah.
but why? I liked ending in mid-June. It's not like I had to go back to the beginning of August. Oh, wait, I do this year.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't have to go back to the middle of August. It was fine.
You don't want to
Same
go back
amount
to
of time.
school while it's still hot.
No, it's gonna be weird to be in school on my mom's birthday.
Yeah.
Because her birthday is August 15th, and the kids start on August 12th. Like, it's gonna be weird doing school then, because I never had to do school on my mom's.
God, you got out
That's
so
so
late
early.
to be starting on August 12th.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they're shifting the schedule. It's the only way to do it.
Yeah.
Next year we'll get out before Memorial Day, so...
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, we
You
did
know.
do
Okay.
that where we got a shorter summer, but like not as short as you guys are getting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting, like, no summer, basically.
Boo.
So everyone's like, where are you going? I'm like, nowhere.
Gotta be
Like,
here.
I gotta go to school this summer, so I have no summer.
Yeah.
I got Thursday and Friday last week, and I get this week.
Yeah.
And that's it. Because the next Monday I'm in class. 8 to 4, Monday through Friday.
Bleh.
So, learning.
Bleh.
But I already got my notebook for school.
Oh, good.
They gave us our books, made my books at the welcome thing, so I already paid them. So I got my books then.
Yeah.
I have homework. I'm supposed to be working on that shit. My modules for before we start. Which I've only done maybe 40 minutes out of the 6 hours, but I have all
Jesus.
week, so...
Well, you better get
That's going to be the way it is the whole time. Through the
Yeah.
fall is a module every week that's about 5-6 hours.
Right.
And then we'll have a class weekly on Thursday nights. So,
Nice.
for the fall. And then in the spring, they're not sure. This year they did it every other week. They said they might do it every week, but
Yeah.
people finish in the spring at different paces because that's getting all your crap together for the EdTPA portfolio.
Right.
And submit. Because in this state, you can't just, like, teach for a bit and pass a test. You also have to make this whole big, long portfolio that shows you have to record yourself teaching for, like, a class and all this other shit, submit all this, like, here's all the lessons I made and all this other crap. I'm like, can you not just give people a license? Jesus. Like, come on.
You gotta make it as painful
You have a
as
massive
possible.
teacher shortage, but you gotta make it super difficult. Like, Jesus. If I pass a praxis exam, why do I need to give you all a freaking 20-year-long portfolio? Like,
They want you to have already been teaching for 5 years before you can teach.
apparently.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, well, lucky for them, I've already been doing it for like 2 years, so
Yeah.
there's that. But I'm still like, this is unnecessary. Unnecessary
Yes.
burden. Like, you
Well-
pass that exam, you're fine.
Now there's a cat.
Cat.
I stole her.
Found one.
So that's what I'm going to be doing. A lot of reading on educating
Yep. Learning
And
up them
believing-
kids.
and believing that all kids are capable. So, things like that.
Yeah.
In general,
Yeah.
that's true.
It's kind
Yeah.
of important. Yeah.
Yeah, but
And if they're shitheads, it's kind of
Well,
not their fault. So
it's
you
not
know.
that those kids aren't capable, they just choose not to do. So that is different.
Yes.
They're just choosing
Capable and
not to
motivated
do
are
it.
different.
They're the I'm going to find out the hard way kids. I'm like, okay, that's fine.
See,
I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, little Billy, you really need to do it this way because it's better for you. I'm like, okay, you don't want to do it, don't do it. You can fucking fail.
Yeah, I'm
Even
the
though I
kid
can't
that was
actually
supposed
fail you,
to find
fail you.
out the hard way, and
Yeah.
like, just ended up never finding out.
Oh.
Like
You can make it work.
I
Good on
got
you.
really lucky and like failed up through life. So
That's kind of our thing. Like, at first I was like, what do you mean if they fail the class, pass the praxis, they can go to 8th grade? They're like, well, look at it this way. Like, if they pass the, not the praxis, the EOGs, they pass the EOGs, then they learned the content well enough.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like,
Or
yeah,
they know how
you're
to
right,
take a
that's
multiple
true.
choice test.
It's like, or that, but hey, that's on them.
It's
Like,
a
if
secret
they're
to
good
my
at that,
success.
then maybe they'll succeed the whole time. I don't know.
It's not going to be 8 seasons in a
But I'm
row.
like, you know what? Okay, that makes sense, I guess. Even though they didn't do any work and like didn't come to half the classes, they can still pass, be
Yeah.
proficient on the test that we can't give them any extra points on.
Yeah.
You know, I guess they're okay. So
yeah,
on
They
that,
proved themselves just as well as someone who went to class and got the same score. Yeah.
So I'm like, in that way, I guess that's okay. But the other shit, I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen. I keep telling kids, I don't know. Some of you might be in 7th grade again next year. We'll see. Especially those of you who didn't get proficiency on your EOG and then got a 50 in my class. I don't know.
Yeah.
But other kids are like, am I going to have to repeat? I'm like, really, we're going to probably a case-by-case basis. They look at your grades, look at your teacher reports.
And also
look at that stuff. If you're a complete, asshole and didn't come to school, yeah, you're not going to, you'll repeat. But, like, if you were here most of the time and, like, tried, I'm like, it's up in the air. You'll probably get past it.
Tried on purpose? Weird.
Like, if you tried, then you'll be fine. But if you didn't, I'm gonna not recommend you go. So have fun in 7th grade again. That's my whole thing this year. I'm like, you didn't like it this time around, you're gonna love it the next time around.
Oh yeah, you get to hear all this again.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
And this time I'm gonna have my TikTok account, and you have to put down your phone.
Be like, or
get out.
Yep. I'll call for you.
Nice.
It's actually more than like, I'm going to call an administrator and they can come get your phone.
Yeah.
And Mr. James likes to do that. No, they just take it for the whole day.
Smash it right in front of you like Gallagher.
I would love to. Then their parents would get mad at me for breaking an expensive phone, and I can understand that.
Yeah.
But I like the whole, like, so guys, so I can take it for class.
Yeah.
Or I can call for an administrator to come take your phone. Mr. James will take it the rest of the day.
Yeah.
And if that's happened before already, your parents have to come get it from the office. You can't take it home.
Yeah.
So, your choice, and I walk away, and he's like, just give him your phone. Like, oh, she's here. I'm like, good choice. And
I'm going to take your phone, and I'm going to look up stuff on TikTok you're not interested in, so I ruin your algorithm.
Right, I should do that. Like, unlock it, pull up your TikTok, I'm looking at history videos.
My whole For You page is ancient coins now. Shit.
Yep. That would be the worst punishment ever.
Yeah, I like it. Oh my god.
But,
hey,
other Chris, do you have something else that's good?
Oh man. So I played a little bit of this game called Stellar Blade.
Oh yeah.
I've quite enjoyed that on the PlayStation. I will say that it's maybe my second favorite game about like a sexy chick with a sword who like comes down from orbit to save Earth from an existential threat. But
it's among the top two though.
It's it's the second best one of those. But it's very good. I enjoy it. Yeah.
I've seen ads for that, but I haven't really dug into it yet because it seems like the kind of game that would take up a lot of my time. Yeah,
I mean, if you like tech trees and fighting stuff, and and looking at butts.
I mean, these are all like things I enjoy.
Yeah, no, it's very worthwhile if you enjoy those things.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. Stellar Blade,
and also collecting costumes for said butt.
For said butts, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I can dig it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is it like action RPG or?
It is action sort of fighting. It's got progression. I guess that makes it a little bit RPG like, and exploration makes it a little bit RPG like. But it's it's mostly like in the same vein, I guess, action wise, as something like maybe like a Devil May Cry or something of along those lines.
Yeah, like a what is
like
it?
Brawling
Nier
big
Automata.
groups of enemies.
Yeah,
Nier Automata was the number one.
Yeah,
in that genre of sexy chicks coming from space to save Earth.
Just to spell it out for people.
Yeah. In case you didn't know which other game I was talking about. Yeah.
Right. Nice. Yeah. That reminds me, I need to go finish that game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I played through a little of it, but you know how I do.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't do it all at once, I just don't finish it. So
no, I mean, like that's kind of how it is for me too.
Yeah.
So
yeah, cool. Stellar Blade, only on PlayStation, as far as I know.
For now,
for now, at least for now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I was also going to bring up a couple of games that have sucked up a lot of my time.
Okay.
So one I told you guys about already in the chat. Balatro, which is a roguelike poker game. So it's like a deck builder where you play poker.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty simple, basically, where you get, a certain number of discards and a certain number of hands. You get 8 cards, and you try to make your best poker hand. And then you get a certain amount of chips, whatever. But you can get all sorts of things that modify either your deck or your cards, or give you bonuses for what cards you play. And so all of that stuff is RNG based. Mm-hmm. So it is all about trying to completely break the system till you get into astronomical amounts of numbers. So
yeah,
as a numbers go up game goes, it's really good.
Yeah.
It's got a very satisfying noise too when you play your card and you get to trigger your bonuses like 19 times.
Hell yeah.
And your card is scoring like 6,000 chips times 8,000 multiplier. And the score actually catches on fire as you get up there. So
this is my kind of game, I feel like.
Yes.
Like when I heard you describe it before, and you're the second person to tell me about it, I think.
Yeah.
But like the way it sounds, like it sounds like something that would keep me in front of it for a very long time.
Yeah. It's why I almost didn't finish the book when we were supposed to talk about the book. Like, I was just playing that instead. So yeah. So like to give you an example, like you can get a certain number of jokers, right? Mm-hmm. And so a joker will be something like the walkie-talkie joker. So if you play a 10 or a 4, you get a bonus. Or a queen, and so that every queen that you have that's in your hand and you don't play, you get a bonus. Or the hack card, where if you keep playing the same cards, they'll repeat it over and over again. Like low value cards. So there's that aspect to it. And then there's like things you can do to your card to give you more multiples or more chips, or give you multiples, but you risk breaking your cards and destroying them. Or sometimes your cards will give you money, but only 1 times out of 20. So you're gambling on the gambling. It's got levels and layers. Mm-hmm. And then you get into things like tarot cards that let you manipulate your deck, and spectral cards, which do even crazier shit, like are big gambles, basically. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. So it's not unusual to see your score at the end of the game being like in the billions of points.
Nice.
So Balatro, but enter carefully if you're the kind of person that gets into these games too much.
Yeah.
The other one I just finished, well, I just got to credit roll, I don't think I'm finished with it, is Animal Well. That came out not too long ago. It's an indie Metroidvania type of game. It's like retro graphics and very Metroid heavy, I guess, because there's not really any combat. Mm-hmm. But there's also no dialogue, and so they kind of just throw you in and you're like, good luck. So okay. It is a very good example of the game teaching you how to play it without forcing you to stop and read tutorials. Right. It's still, I think, really playable, even though there's nothing actually telling you what to do.
It's an old school kind of game design where it's like after a little bit of messing around, the way that you play it kind of becomes self-evident.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I think the only text I've even seen in it is there is some tool tips sometimes. Like push circle till you turn this crank. Like, okay.
Got it.
So, but it's really cool. And not too long. So if you're just playing to get to the credits, it's probably, 4 hours. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot more you can dig into afterward. I thought it was really cool because, like, basically one guy coded the whole thing, including the engine. So,
oh wow,
really neat. Animal Well.
It's like, is there anything in particular about like the graphics or like anything? Because typically, like, making your own engine is either like an exercise or like totally unnecessary. If like I guess I'm trying to figure out, like, was there a reason that making his own engine was necessary, or like was it he just felt like it?
This is me guessing at this point, but so the graphics are pretty squarely like NES 8-bit type, but there's a lot of atmospheric stuff going on. Like one of the early items you get is a firecracker, and so the lighting effects on that are pretty unique.
Interesting.
And the way some of the animals move around is one of the gameplay mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
And there's certain atmospheric effects they have to do while you're going through it. So if I had to guess, that's probably why.
Okay.
Is to do things like that. So I thought it was pretty satisfying. One of my favorite gimmicks in there is you get a frisbee, so you can throw it in through cracks and hit flip switches. But to get the frisbee, you steal it from a dog statue.
Uh-huh.
And, spoiler warning, when you do that, a dog spirit comes and chases you.
Oh, geez.
So you have to run like hell through the whole world to get to a safe spot, basically. And the path that you takes you past all the other dogs that are in the game. Mm-hmm. And so you can, like if you just walk into a room with a dog and you walk up to them, they'll probably bite you and shake you around like a toy and throw you. Mm-hmm. But you can throw the frisbee for them and they'll chase it. So nice. You have to deal with like this ghost dog that's chasing you and all the other dogs that are getting in your way and try to get around them by distracting them. And it's really fun.
Interesting.
So anyway, that's all I got. Danielle, what do you think? Animal Well, yes or no?
I don't care.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She's been looking at her phone for like half of an hour at least.
Got it.
She's like, I stopped talking about Bridgerton. I don't care anymore.
I'm watching.
Yeah.
I'm watching cat videos.
Okay. All right. So well, we can hit stop then.
House of Dragons coming back up tonight. So we'll be doing that.
I didn't watch the first one yet. Yeah,
should. Stop.
Stop-oo. Skip this update. Stop. Okay, that was our session for today, and that was also the end of this season. We do have a couple of things in the hopper for the next couple of months, but homework for next time is to let us know what book you've been wanting us to cover that we just haven't gotten to yet. Hit us up on the socials under RTFB Pod, or email us at contact@rtfbpod.com and make a formal request. These are also the same avenues if you have a bookstore you'd like to see shouted out on a future episode. So drop us a line, won't you? And for that matter, feel free to rate and review us on your podcast listening app of choice. A couple of quick on-second thoughts today. I was going to pull up this Shakespeare off between the Postman and General What's-His-Name to see if I had just completely missed the subtext on my first watch-through. But then I was too lazy to try to find it online, and I was unwilling to pay another $4 to rent it again. So, as a general rule, if there isn't any other evidence available, best to just assume that Other Chris was right. Secondly, I'm almost positive that the Civil War movie that Other Chris and I watched in high school was actually Gettysburg. But that didn't have Jonathan Frakes in it, so maybe I just merged it with North and South in my head? Gettysburg, by the way, is/was based on the book Killer Angels, which I also read in high school, and I thought that was pretty good. So check any or all of these things out if you're so inclined. Today's episode would also have been better if it had featured Kevin Costner's ass, and was 2 hours shorter, with thanks to Chris Ham, Other Chris Jacobson, Danielle Neither Chris Rowe. It was edited by me, Travis Rowe, and was sponsored by no one in particular. Until next time, keep fucking reading. And I also like...
Hey, get out of here.
Hey.
Hold on.
That's what he said to those Holnists. Get out of here.
Interloper. No, Harley's in here and she shouldn't be.
Get out of here, you motherfucker.
Harley.
You mother.
Is Harley a dog? Or is Harley a cat?
Or a motorcycle.
I don't want to be in here. Go.
Get the fuck.
Oh, another person.
Get the fuck out.
I didn't see who Harley was.
What shirt is this shirt?
Who is Harley?
It was a four-legged person.
Mm-hmm.
Was it a dog?
I'm pretty sure Harley is a dog. We'll know in a second. Go.
Is Harley a dog?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't see Harley, so I didn't know what.
No, she was over here. She found she didn't get to it, but I didn't eat my toast from Zaxby's yet. It's in the container here on the floor. So one cat has found it, and I shooed her away, and then Harley found it, and that's how I knew she was here, because I felt her nose on my foot.
Toast
and then I looked down,
and
I'm like, that's not a cat.
Toast on the floor. Floor toast.
So, Harley can...
just trying to enjoy my
floor toast.